Sitting in a cafe enjoying what might possibly be the best buns I've ever had. Sipping my coffee, enjoying the view of North Korea? One of the most mysterious countries in the world, right in front of me. This is Tumen, the border gate between China and North Korea.
We're in North Korea. Almost.
Most people have heard about North Korea in the news, myself included, and let's be honest, the coverage hasn't exactly been positive. From the rooftop of the cafe, you can see a North Korean town on the other side of the Tumen River.
Is there people living in it? I don't know.
But the coffee shop is not very tall, so you can only see soldiers guarding the border gate.
North Korean soldiers.
And smoke coming out of the chimneys of the apartment buildings. Seemingly, they don't have central heating. I guess they don't believe in global warming in North Korea either, huh?
I don't think it'll be a very pleasant trip if we try to go. It doesn't look very nice.
Yeah. I saw a South Korean content creator. Like, he was telling the driver, don't take me to that bridge, I won't come back.
We decided to go on and find somewhere higher on the mountain to get a better view. Then we were stopped by volunteers because, spoiler alert, I'm not Chinese. I know, very shocking.
我俩住在杭州。试驾吗？不是，就坐那个高铁过来的，从那个延吉。
So, I'm not from here, so they need to know what country I'm from. And
Yeah.
they need to register that I'm here.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's a border control place.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're Danish.
I am not from a hostile country. My country is stupid, but not that stupid.
Yeah.
So, I had to wait for the cops to come and check my passport.
你这个是什么？
啊？
你把这个关掉。
我没开。
这是什么东西？
就是一个摄像头。
你拿过来。
我要不把这个电池也给你吧？就是运动相机。
中国所有的边境地区
啊
移民警察
啊都得登记。
就是到哪儿以后，我们这有个软件，我给你看一下。属鸡的。
对，属鸡的。
哎呀，我正好比他大一轮。哪是一轮？两轮。
是一轮，不可能两轮。
这样，你俩旅途愉快。
行。
But luckily for us, the crisis was averted, and the two police officers were actually really kind and funny. And they were pretty curious about us. We were standing there with a bunch of camera equipment, and we were clearly a couple. So we got asked a few questions, but honestly, it was just a very friendly chat. Finally, we got on the mountain.
This is Tumen.
And
This is Anyang, I think.
Anyang.
It's the city. And
Kind of sounds like how they say hello.
To be honest, observing North Koreans in this way made me feel a little uncomfortable. I gave myself the ick a little bit. On one hand, I'm curious about what life is like over there. On the other hand, I feel like some type of weirdo lurking in through someone's bedroom window, treating them like animals in a zoo. At the end of the day, you notice that humans are just humans. We're all looking for similar stuff in life. Kids are having fun without a care in the world.
yeah.
Oh, they're swinging like crazy. I used to do that and then you jump off.
Yeah. Look, they're playing volleyball.
People are just people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People are doing sports, walking around, smoking, working. They're probably very similar to you, thinking about what they'll eat for dinner today. Kids are thinking about who they want to hang out with. Grown-ups are thinking about, will I ever get a raise? It's very easy in today's political climate to dehumanize one another. I'm sure they know that we're watching them on this mountain.
Yeah.
And I want to know, how do they feel about that?
One is ours.
I don't know.
我也不知道，不知道 nothing.
We left Tumen and we attempted to take a bus heading to the coast along the borderline, but we were told to get off. Apparently foreigners are not allowed on the bus.
外国人啊，
对，一个
外国人可以打车或者怎么的，有可能过不去边境地区。
他刚才已经登记了一下子了。
不是，这登记没用，边境我们去的边境我们车坐不了。
这个做不了是吧？行。
Oh well, it is what it is. We had to take a taxi to the border instead, and that turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The scenery on both sides was very magical. We saw Russian-style buildings, Korean-style, and we saw waves that were frozen.
It's so crazy. It's so cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of scary, actually.
The other side is North Korea.
You can see their watchtowers.
Where? On the hill.
And on that corner.
Yeah. This is not a wave that's moving. It's not a picture. It's ice. Yeah.
I have personally never seen anything like that.
They have a little like Great Wall thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that. The difference is this wall is made to keep people in.
We saw North Korean watchtowers, and the woods were on fire. We did make it to Fangchuan.
Damn.
Where the land masses of China, Russia, and North Korea border each other.
We're at the China-Russia-North Korean border viewing point.
So which side is Russia?
不知道.
This is Russia.
That's Russia?
Yeah.
This huge piece of land used to be a part of China, but due to Imperial Russia's aggression, Heilongjiang lost its coastal line and harbor.
Obviously, people actually lived there. Chinese people lived there before it got occupied. And to get rid of those people, Russia massacred them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of Dongbei people don't feel very good about Russians.
Yep.
Look.
And this side is North Korea.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah.
And this is China.
Yeah, you can see I think there's a border, like the fence. You can see the green one. That's the border.
Wow.
And this is where the border is. You can see the fence. And this is the tip.
Now, if you look closely, you can see the Sea of Japan in the distance, but you can't get there.
To Chinese people, especially locals, it's called Outer Dongbei.
Yeah.
Even though it's part of Russia currently.
Yeah. This passive land, and they don't use it.
The Tumen River, is the only thing separating Russia and North Korea. It goes to the ocean, and the two countries built a bridge over it.
Yeah, and that train, you can see, they're carrying stuff from Russia to
Oh wow, there's
North
actually
Korea
one
right now.
going right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see train carrying goods from Russia to North Korea, and one could reasonably assume that a couple of months ago, North Korean soldiers might have gone through this bridge to the battlefield in Ukraine.
And they just carry all the equipment and stuff and soldiers from this side to this side.
However, this low bridge between Russia and North Korea blocked most big ships from getting out of China to the ocean. And that's the point of it. In Fangchuan, you can see free countries all at the same time. But to most Chinese, this place still carries the memory of the century of humiliation. The relationship between China, Russia, and North Korea is not at all like what the Western media describes it as allies. It's a pretty sensitive relationship, and it changes with the political climate. Personally, I like to compare it a little bit to you having a neighbor. You want to stay cordial with your neighbor, even if you don't necessarily like them and you guys don't necessarily always get along, but you try to keep the peace for everyone's best interest. But regardless, no one can deny that this region is influenced by different cultures and has become its own unique thing. I never thought that I would ever visit the border of Russia or North Korea in my whole life. it was a very unique experience, and I think it left me with a lot of reflections, both in the way I see these two countries and how I see the world as a whole.